Caitlin Clark's golf debut just made me so upset with the WNBA.
The WNBA recently faced the startling realization that they may have made the biggest mistake in the league's history. What did they really think hiding Caitlin Clark's extraordinary talent would somehow benefit them? Did they really think they could minimize a generational phenomenon like Clark and win?
So the LPGA event is expanding its pro-am coverage around Caitlin Clark's participation. Golf Channel's Golf Today will begin 90 minutes early on Wednesday and include live look-ins. It has also been said that you will get to see Caitlin Clark's warm-up.
While the WNBA was buried in the sand, the LPGA swooped in and put on a masterclass featuring Clark, causing a social media storm that made everyone sit up and take notice. It's almost comical how badly the WNBA fumbled here, and now they're left to soak in the regret of an epic marketing disaster. Leagues like the LPGA have eagle eyes for talent and know exactly how to capitalize on a superstar when they see one.
Debut, and it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
A basketball superstar casually walking onto a golf course and causing more chaos than a Best Buy Black Friday sale, Caitlin Clark's golf debut was an incredible, historic event that left the entire sports world clutching their pearls in shock. She sent her entire fan base into a frenzy.
There was so much buzz online, she was trending on Twitter, all of the things, and the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event.
Social media was exploding with requests from fans to broadcast the event, effectively tearing down the LPGA's door to watch Clark in action. Emails and tweets went viral, and the LPGA wisely recognized a gold mine when they saw one give in to the pressure and broadcast the event.
Originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event?
And if you thought that was amazing, the LPGA went full genius mode and paired Caitlin Clark with the best golfer in the world, Nelly Korda. This was the kind of marketing move that makes you wonder if the LPGA has a crystal ball together. Clark and Korda were a social media dream team that created more buzz than a beehive.
So there are photos of Caitlin and Nelly literally everywhere, and the LPGA was so smart in doing this because they knew that there would be so many eyeballs on Caitlin.
Thousands of tweets, every social media feed was overrun by incessant updates and Instagram stories, making Clark the talk of the town. It seemed like every other post featured a photo or video of Caitlin Clark, and guess what? No one was complaining. Everyone was hooked to their screens, and it was a huge victory for both Clark and the LPGA. The LPGA social media game was on fire, and they knew exactly what they were doing.
So if they put their number one golfer, who is currently leading the sport and pushing the sport ahead, if they put her next to Caitlin for the entire event, that's just great. It's great for Nelly, and it's great for everyone else.
Even professional golfers were unable to conceal their awe. It was hilarious and endearing to watch the LPGA take advantage of every moment of this spectacle for its own sake, and it worked perfectly. Brittany Lincombe, a golf legend herself, was fangirling so much that she brought a basketball to the event for Caitlin to sign. She was gushing over Clark like a teenager at a boy band concert. Women's golf received a huge boost. Nelly Korda enjoyed the limelight, and Clark's impact went beyond basketball. Everyone won.
She said what she has done for women's sports and basketball, and to have her at our golf tournament, I mean, I'm like in awe. I've got a basketball and hoping she signs it for my girls. But how cool for her to come out and support us this week and only help grow women's golf.
Let's now discuss the WNBA, or perhaps more accurately, the walking, talking definition of missed opportunities. Here, we have Caitlin Clark, a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon who has the potential to take the WNBA to new heights. However, the league does nothing at all, not even a Slack Instagram post or a single tweet, and it seems as though Clark disappeared into thin air. This was not a small slip-up. Rather, it was a PR disaster of epic proportions. The NBA had a fantastic opportunity to capitalize on the excitement surrounding Clark's golf debut and attract fans who might not have otherwise given women's basketball much thought.
Now, from this event, I have only seen and heard of positive things. I didn't hear one thing about how her fans are toxic. I didn't hear one thing about there being too much spotlight on Caitlin Clark and it should have maybe been on the professional golfers that are there. We didn't hear any of that. And those are the types of things that we have been hearing for the entirety of the WNBA season.
For heaven's sake, even the NBA would congratulate a player if they were seen consuming a sandwich. If one of the NFL's stars decided to host a charity bowling event, Courtside would have a full-length documentary, but the WNBA would prefer to act as though Caitlin Clark hadn't just rocked the sports world, with fans practically pleading for any recognition. Instead, there was silence, deafening rage, and silence. What's worse is that it wasn't surprising because the WNBA has a long and miserable history of playing it safe, and this was just another example of their complete ineptitude.
The fact that the WNBA posted nothing, posted zero about Caitlin Clark golfing in this Pro-Am event.
The LPGA demonstrated to the world what happens when you truly support your athletes, and the WNBA should be held accountable for their shameful, pathetic failure to capitalize on Caitlin Clark's undeniable star power. People were furious, and they had every right to be. It was a slap in the face to every fan who had been hoping the WNBA would finally wake up and do something right for once, since the Caitlin Clark effect is real.
If you look at the LPGA Twitter account, it is filled with Caitlin Clark things. Photos of her, a whole video of the fans cheering her, signing things, taking photos, their players hanging out with Caitlin, and obviously they're showing their golfers as well.
This incident demonstrated that fans were correct to want more Caitlin Clark content. So, let's not pretend the WNBA hasn't been alerted. More than just a well-liked player, Clark is a magnet for attention. She captivates, trends, and has the ability to attract fans from outside the basketball bubble. What did the WNBA do during the surge in popularity? Nothing at all. The LPGA gave Clark the recognition she earned and revealed the NBA's shameful unwillingness to change, as if they were deliberately attempting to demonstrate that they have no idea how to market their own sport.
And this was the perfect opportunity for the WNBA to do, have you seen it when an NBA player or a football player goes to an NBA game or goes to wherever and they'll be in the comments or they'll just say something something cute? This was the perfect time for the WNBA to also be posting about this.
Despite the WNBA's endless concerns about giving Clark too much attention, as if that's even possible, the LPGA received no criticism for welcoming her. Instead, there was celebration and unadulterated excitement. The LPGA knew what they were doing, and they didn't hesitate to capitalize on Clark's popularity, which paid off handsomely. Players and fans alike praised it, and women's sports received a much-needed boost, while the WNBA sat in the corner. Fearful of the consequences of giving Clark a platform she more than deserves, the LPGA demonstrated to the world what winning looks like, and the NBA's inactivity only served to highlight their lack of understanding.
And it just goes to show that all of us who have been speaking out about this and saying, it doesn't seem like you guys are giving Caitlin, the kind of props that she deserves for bringing all these eyeballs and, the Caitlin Clark effect that we talk about, viewership, money, all of those things. All of the people who were shouting this for the entire WNBA season, this is an instance where we are proved correct.
It is painfully clear that the wider ramifications, it's a financial disaster every time the WNBA ignores Caitlin Clark. They might as well be throwing money into a bonfire. For a league that is desperate for every penny, you think they'd realize that this isn't just a marketing blunder, it's financial sabotage. By failing to capitalize on Clark, they're actively harming their own future, and it's almost impressive how badly they're messing it up. The LPGA received a swarm of new fans, glowing media coverage, and massive engagement.
All of these places, every media outlet is covering this, and you don't say anything.
Let's now discuss the future. Juju Watkins and Paige Buers are the next big thing, and if the WNBA continues to play it safe, they will miss those chances as well. Juju is becoming a social media powerhouse, and Paige has over 1 million Instagram followers. These two are not just basketball players. They are influencers, brand builders, and future legends. The WNBA runs the risk of alienating its future stars before they even have an opportunity to flourish, which would be disastrous if the league doesn't learn from its mistakes. These stars will bolt the moment a better option presents itself.
They put their best golfer in the tour, league, whatever it's called. They put her with Caitlyn because they knew that she would get more eyeballs doing it. They propped up all of their golfers in one event. And you would be crazy to think that they're not going to have another event and invite Caitlyn to it. They're going to invite Caitlyn to as many events as they possibly can.
It's painful to watch experts say that star power is the key to a league's growth. But here we are, watching the WNBA make every mistake imaginable. These players are more than just athletes. They are icons who have the ability to make women's basketball a worldwide sensation. The birth of Juju Watkins by Caitlin Clark-Page, the WNBA should always be in the spotlight, but instead they are struggling more than ever and are essentially creating a manual on how not to market a sports league.
We were correct. The fans that were saying that the WNBA seems to be trying to quiet the noise of Caitlin Clark, not letting her shine to her full ability, and not, in turn, not helping your own players in the league, we were right. And this event proved it because the LPGA did literally everything correct.
The WNBA makes headlines as if it's allergic to success, whereas the LPGA ought to have served as a wake-up call. The WNBA continues to undermine itself, and Caitlin Clark is the future. The WNBA is on a path of self-destruction, and it's painfully evident to everyone but them. One missed chance at a time. If you want to inspire the next generation and expand the sport, stop being your own worst enemy.